Welcome to the Dave Andrewchuk Arena, where a little microphone malfunction leads to Oh Canada, with a little bit of help from the fans and the players. I'm Eric Hallett, joining me is Hayden Hallett, and tonight we have the Hamilton Kilty Bees versus the Welland Junior Canadians. Hamilton 1-1-0 throughout 2 games. Last game they won 7-2 against Lockport Regals, led by a 2-goal, 3-point night by Lucas Thompson. And Hayden, this is the first meeting tonight for the Welland Junior Canadians and the Hamilton Kilty Bees, the second home game of the year. How do you think this will play out after a bit of a disappointing first night for the Hamilton Kilty Bees?
Yeah, as you said, the first game was last Monday, and the Bees fell a little bit short. They weren't able to get any offense. They were actually shut out by Pelham. But they are facing off against the Welland Canadians, who, although they're now in a different jersey, they did have the offensive advantage. They swept them in the playoffs last year as the Avalanche. But the Bees are going to look to rile up the crowd. They had a little bit of a rocky start here, as you mentioned, with that microphone malfunction. But the crowd helped them get into this game, and hopefully the crowd will help them get to an early lead.
Starting goaltenders tonight are Marco Constantini and Alex Vendetta. Play starts up with Welland starting in the Kilty Bees zone, and it's pushed up. Noah Ballard, former Welland Junior Canadian, he had a pretty good run with the Canadians. He had 93 games played. He had 67 points, not too bad. 34 goals in that time, and it's a shot by Noah Ballard on net. Vendette steers that away.
And you know that Noah Ballard, he's going to want to score against his former team. Usually when you come back to a team after being traded or being moved or signing somewhere else, like Noah Ballard decided, then you usually want to show up your teammates, especially since a couple of them are still here from last year.
Puck bounces over the stick of Eric Mondu. Shot deflected by Tanner Brennecke, one of the few returning players for the Kilty Bees. Pushed up on the side by Mondu. Ballard tries to take a quick shot. It's stopped in the feet of Eric Nelson, pushed up by the Welland Junior Canadians, and it's icing call. That call made by linesman Zach Evans. He and Ricky Johnson might have to have a busy night tonight if the Welland Junior Canadians and the Hamilton Kilty Bees have a rough outing.
Well, it does seem a lot, especially in the GOJHL, that a lot of teams, especially with these young players, they get a little bit agitated, maybe a little easier than some older players might. So even the referees, Josh Ion and Patrick Simmons, they're probably going to have a busy night on the score sheet as well. They might see a lot of penalties tonight. These teams like to push and shove, and you might see more than one power play tonight.
Derek Raposo across to Mark Duarte. Duarte at the circle. Quick shot off the iron as it took a tip off of Vendette's glove. First great opportunity for the Kilty Bees. Kilty Bees have it at center, just missing Teeple. Was a pass from Jerome, and it's an icing call. Play will go right back down to the net of Marco Constantini.
And the ever-present voice of Ken Peroff, I can hear him from all the way up here. He wasn't too happy about that icing call, as I kind of agree with it, as the goaltender went to go touch the puck. It probably shouldn't have been called, even though he did stay in his crease. He did reach out with the stick before the whistle had blown.
Derek Raposo has that puck bounce awkwardly off of the Zamboni door, and it's pushed around. Puck is free with Mario Zatella, and there appears to be a high sticking call against the Welland Junior Canadians. This might be the first opportunity for the Hamilton Kilty Bees to get on the board on the power play this season. Oh no, it appears just to be a regular high stick, and
just looks like the puck was made with a high stick.
Play resumes as the Canadians stride across center with Haruska, just missing the battle with the puck. Hendrik Robel throws one across.
Oh, that was a train coming through the middle of the ice. Colin Ferguson. Wow, that was almost a freight train hit.
And he looks like he wants to try and set the tone early, as Hendrik Robel has to race back into his own zone with Anthony Pielli. Getting bodied up was TJ Hughes. Shot just missing the net of Vendette, and it's Colin Ferguson. Throws it down deep. From behind the net is Thompson. Hughes looking at Ferguson, makes a nice cut shot off of Vendette. Diving for the puck was Nick Cordero, and it's Ropel who has to throw it around the back of his net. Cordero to Hughes from behind the net. TJ Hughes Looks like he's trying to throw it in front off the back of the net. Tries to find Cordero in front, and he's getting bodied up by Ropel. Sloppy play from the Canadians as it bounces off of Pielli. Puck loose. Ferguson has it to the top of the circle, and it's blocked beautifully by Michael Arch.
This has been a great offensive shift for the Bees. They're like an actual pack of bees right now, swarming the Canadians. They're not too happy about coming into the hive and disturbing them, so the Bees have done a great job offensively. Unfortunately, the puck's bounced a little too much, and no one's been able to get good wood on that shot. Jason
Horvat trying to get out, but it's won beautifully by Croucher, but it's poked right back off his stick by Horvat. The Bees trying to get a breakout going with Noah Ballard. Ballard throws a cross squeeze pass to no one in particular, and Horvat dumps it in. Right back to Ballard. Just missing his man as it's shot. First great opportunity for the Canadians, and it's a shot just missing the net of Constantini on the rebound. Croucher can't find it as they hit the skates of Bisser just onside. What great edge work from Luke Croucher. Couldn't get the backhand, tries to sweep it in front, just missing was Croucher. Horvat pushes it up. Welland goes on the attack, but it's whacked away by Constantini. Almost turned over, and it was in the feet of Bisser, but he completely missed the puck. Back out into the center now, right into the Kilty B zone. Tanner Branecki trying to have a great sophomore year after having a 34-point season with the Ancaster Avalanche last season. A great rookie year, a little bit overshadowed by some of the great rookies that were on that team last year.
Well, especially defensively on that team, when you have a guy like Dirk Stadig, who was almost a point-per-game player as a defenseman, one of the most elite puck-moving defensemen in the GOJHL last year. 34 points is nothing to scoff at, but a higher point total from another defenseman can kind of do that to you.
Batted out of the air beautifully by the Kilty Bees, and racing up after it is Zach Osborne. He can't get the puck, tries to body Eric Nelson, but it's out into the center for the Kilty Bees to grab. The Bees throw it up to Lucas Thompson, who saw a hit coming from Grenard. Oh. Nice drag from Duarte. Duarte out in front, and he can't find anyone with an open stick. Cycled around, hit the skate of the referee, and the junior Canadians air it out to center. Rosenbaum has the puck, but a quick stick from Jerome gives it to Lucas Thompson.
As we just saw in that last play, Mark Duarte, and I can attest to this from last Monday, he's got some nice mittens. He likes to dangle around people, and we'll see a lot of that in this game tonight.
Duarte circled through a few players, but had it hacked off of his stick. Piselli lost the puck as it goes right down to Constantini just to his right, and he leaves it there for Cullen Ferguson. Stretch pass off the stick of Pinelli, who falls over. A little bit of a misplay there as Shevers throws one wide.
Usually it's the blue line that trips you up, not the puck. A little bit of a backspin on that try.
Probably going to hope he doesn't get another one of those breakout passes. Pinelli gets a good pass this time and gets into the zone. Thrown off the pad, backhand in front, just missed! What a beautiful opportunity from Anthony Pinelli. The puck is rimmed around the boards, and it's shot back in by Matt Station. Finally getting some playing time with this organization. Mark Duarte. High off the glass was the junior Canadians. Ferguson puts up to Pinelli. Pinelli fans a shot, falling over is Duarte, and the Canadians once again having trouble getting that puck onto their own players' sticks.
Yeah, and they've caused some turnovers in their own zone because of it, and the Bees have been all over them right now. And Anthony Pinelli had a wide open net on the backhand, and it looked like it rolled off his stick at the last second. That's the only reason that it's not a 1-0 leader right now for the Bees.
He might be seeing that shot in his dreams tonight.
Or his nightmares.
Puck is iced by the junior Canadians. As Nick Bisher gives Noah Bullard a little bit of a how do you do, the former teammates last season.
Not sure if it's pleasantries or the opposite, but it looks like it was just a little, hey, I miss you, buddy, how you doing? Gonna give you a couple little shots just for fun. But the Bees have been doing a really good job. They've been able to get the offensive pressure mostly because of their speed. And once again, they're coming in.
Great keeping from Mondu, and it goes straight on to Vendette. What a beautiful keeping from Mondu. And he almost scored the first goal for the Bees here at the Dave Andrewchuk Arena.
Well, Mondu walked in, and there was the seas parting directly in the middle of the ice. That is never what you want to see as a coach, and Keith Osborne's going to be ripping his hair out. His team has not done a good job in their own zone, and they let a defenseman walk straight in and take a point-blank shot on Vendette, who's been sharp early.
Great battle along the boards. Luke Croucher, we've seen this from him last year. He's great down low, battling for that puck. Mondu tries to get a shot through. Can't get it, but it's returned back to him. Poke check off of his stick by Michael Arch. Arch gets a pass, tries to throw it in front to Zatella, but his stick was tied up by the defenseman. Puck taken away by the Bees, and it's Bisser. Yet to score a goal in 66 games for the Welland Junior Canadians. Maybe this might be the year for him to get that elusive first goal. Houston, almost a bit of a miscommunication with Brunecki, and it's Duarte. Gets underneath the stick of the Junior Canadians. Duarte loses the puck, and up comes Chambers, that is. Ty Chambers dumps it down low for Chase Johnson. Brigliatore keeps the puck in, puts it down low. Chase Johnson battling hard, gets bodied off by Jerome. A turnover by the Bees. Brigliatore gets blocked. That looked like it hurt, and it's the Bees who are trying to get on the counterattack with Houston having in his feet, and Duarte needing to get back onside with his players.
Duarte is so silky smooth at those mitts. You saw it a couple times in this shift again. He is so good at just maneuvering that puck around people's feet and their sticks and being able to maintain possession.
Jerome from behind his net fakes a breakout pass and goes to the other side to Raposo. Raposo, a bad pass in front as it's tipped away, and it's covered up by Marco Constantini.
The Bees have done a good job in the first 10 minutes of this game, but they're starting to get into a little bit of turnover trouble. They need to be very sure about where they're throwing those passes, and they need to make sure they're nice and crisp and on the dot, because right now they're just kind of rimming it around the boards, and it's not really working out.
Puck scrummed, and the Bees get it along the boards. It's flipped up high, and it's shown up by Eric Nelson. Hughes can't get it as it goes on his stick. Station to Ferguson. A quick pass to Hughes, who gets back-checked beautifully by Olbrook. And another icing call against the Welland Junior Canadians, and they are having too much trouble against his aggressive D-core for the Bees.
Usually that's exactly what you're going to get when you have a speedy team that's being very aggressive. You're going to be forced to throw a high-risk pass, and a lot of times those passes end up going straight down the ice, and this is a chance in the offensive zone for the team to go to work.
Luke Croucher wins a faceoff against Nowitz. Eric Nelson battling behind the net. A puck thrown out in front. Station throws a shot on net, and it's Osborne who has the puck. Throws it back down low. Chipped up as Ballard lost it. Station can't get it, and it's almost looked like a partial break, but it's a 3-on-2 as it's a great block. Beautifully played by Colin Ferguson, and it's a penalty coming up. It looks like a cross-check to the Kilty Bees.
And Station couldn't keep that puck in at the Welland blue line, and he got away with a little bit of a hook, and I'm surprised he didn't call it. But now Station is going to go to the penalty box. He's actually getting a high sticking call, or maybe a cross-check, and it looks like they have Rosenbaum who's going to get the high sticking call in the penalty box. So it looks like it's going to be some 5-on-5 action still with two coincidentals.
Josh Ion saw what those two were doing, and he decided he had enough of their hacking and whacking, gave them both some time to sit as a shot just missed the net. Robel throws it behind the Kilty B's net, but it's intercepted. Nick Cordero lost the puck. Constantini tries to poke it away from a player's stick. Alex Page takes a shot that goes over his shoulder. Brendan Bauman, Matt Bauman that is, and he throws it high off the glass, and it's a Tanner Bernecki who comes out of the fray. Pinelli gets poke checked beautifully, and it's turned over. Matt Bauman gets pressured by Tanner Bernecki, thrown out in front off the pads of Costantini. And unfortunately for Quinn Chevers, he couldn't get a stick on it. Brunecki tosses one up. Poke checked away, and the Bees dump it down. No icing.
The Bees are lucky on that one. A centering pass from Matt Bauman goes right on net, and Chevers just misses getting that shot right into the back of the net. Another bouncing puck. It's been going on for both teams, so not like puck luck is favoring anybody right now.
Sherrod threw one into the Bees' end, and it's Houston with a bad pass, and Mario Zitella intercepted, but it's taken away by Alex Jerome. TJ Hughes, a weak flutter right onto Van Den. He takes an extra hack that the Welland Canadians don't like as Bisser comes to challenge him.
The referees have got to get these guys out of here. There should be a penalty on one of those from the Welland Canadians. 4 guys are going on 1. I would not be surprised if Hughes also gets a penalty, an extra late whack at the hand of the goaltender, Vendette. We'll see what's going on here, but the Kilty Bees got very lucky in their own zone, as you saw. A couple behind the back passes and through the leg passes to absolutely nobody in particular. And those are the passes in high danger areas that you never want to try and make, especially if you can't see who you're passing it to. So the Bees get lucky not only with not getting any penalties on this play, but they got lucky that there was no high scoring chances going against them.
Derek Raposo had to be careful as Peruska was on the prowl trying to steal it away from him. Lucas Thompson tries to throw it in front, and it's tipped out. Alex Jerome. He has Raposo on the other side. Raposo puts it up, in the Bees trying to get a quick counterattack going as Hughes lost it. One of the Bees doesn't have a stick. It's Houston. He goes to retrieve it as Derek Raposo lights up Peruska. A nice big hit from the big man Raposo.
And that's what he's known for doing. He lays out the body, had a couple big hits last week. He's following it up with an encore performance tonight.
Zitella on a quick up pass, tries to throw it towards the center, but it's blocked by Hughes. And he strips it. It's a 2-on-1 for the Bees. Here comes the shot, blocked beautifully by Nick Bisser. He read that and took it away.
And that's a heart and soul kind of play. That's what you want from your captain, a guy who's never scored a goal for the Welland Canadians. And he does an amazing job of blocking that shot, read it perfectly.
Brunecki's taken down in the corner. Noah Ballard ends up with the puck through the center. Finds a streaking Luke Croucher, tries to make a move, drops it. And it's intercepted by the Welland Junior Canadians as they swarmed Mark Duarte. Pass up to Teeple. Freddie Teeple lost it after a pass to Brunecki came. Colin Ferguson rims it around the boards to Noah Ballard. He just misses it. And an icing coming to the Bees.
And the Bees are doing a great job of getting some pressure, but unfortunately those passes are just a hair off every single time. And because the chemistry might not be quite perfect yet, these players aren't 100% expecting these passes, these little drop passes that each other are making. So they're not going to be able or ready to make those shots and receive them. So that seems like that's what's the case right now.
Noah Ballard busts in. It's 6:30 left in the first period. Lucas Croucher lost it in his feet after a pass came from Ballard. Shot tipped in front after a shot came from Mondu. Here comes Station, and it's blocked by Johnson. Mondu intercepts a breakout pass that was going for Aldrich. Johnson gets bodied by Croucher. The little man, as we know, he likes to hit despite his size. Eric Nelson tries to get a one-up pass, but it's offside after the Bees intercepted yet another breakout attempt pass from the Canadians.
And the one thing that Luke Croucher does so well, he likes to play the body like he said, but I think the reason he's able to get those body checks like that is because he has blazing fast speed and that momentum really carries through.
Mondu forces Nelson to dump the puck in, but the Canadians grab the puck. Chipped up by Cordero, and it's a potential 2-on-1. It's a 2-on-0. Here comes the Bees, just missed. Zach Thompson with a golden opportunity, and he missed the net.
And still no goals at home here at the Dave Andrechuk Arena, and they're still looking for it. They could have had 3 or 4 at this point.
Rosenbaum one up to Chevers. Chevers getting hit hard into the glass. He lost his helmet, and now there's going to be a most
penalty,
likely an elbowing call coming to the Bees. It's a roughing call. to the Hamilton Kilty Bees.
Eric Mondu got a little too rough on that one, so it looks like he's going to take the penalty as he hit Chevers up in the face. As you can see, the debris was his helmet coming right off. Mondu doesn't agree with it, but he and Chevers are having a little bit of talking between themselves as Chevers heads back to the bench.
The Welland Canadians are 50% on the season, 2 for 4 on the power play, but they're not to be outdone by a 90% penalty kill from the Hamilton Kilty Bees. They just need to try and put that 90% into their power play totals, which they've yet to do, and might try to get chance. Oh, there's a golden opportunity in front, and Hughes lost it off his stick on an empty goal.
Oh, Vendette lost the puck off his stick, and then a poke check off the other post. My gosh, what are they going to do to score a goal here in a shorthanded opportunity? And the Bees are really good shorthanded. Last week they had a couple of great shorthanded opportunities from look out for Noah Ballard and for Mark Duarte. They're really good down low.
Breakout coming from the Junior Canadians. Nois drops it down low, and it's Roble. Roble throws it to the middle. Roble has it. Shot blocked by Constantini. Back out in front. Here it comes. Oh, what a block by Croucher! What a defensive play!
Well, we've seen Nick Bisser do it. Now Luke Croucher taking a page out of Bisser's book. That was a game-saving or a goal-saving dive, and that's why he gets to wear that A on his chest.
And he took a bit of a high elbow from Roble, but the referees just seemed to miss it after he tried to get a breakaway on the shorthanded opportunity. Sherratt ups it to Alex Page. Page has Zatelli with him. Zatelli drops it to Sherratt. Sherratt blasts one into the glove and out. Tries to take another one. It's blocked by Ferguson. Great lane blocks from the Kilty Bees. Station off the glass and down as there's 12 seconds left in this great penalty kill from the Bees.
Well, no one can say that this penalty kill hasn't been exciting. Very exciting so far.
Opportunities at both ends. Unfortunately for the Canadians, best opportunity came from the Kilty Bees. Penalty now over, back to 5-on-5 plays. It's almost a turnover, and it ends up in a turnover on a bad pass. Cordero fans on the shot into the feet of Duarte, and another turnover as it's kept in beautifully by Derek Raposo. Turnovers galore by the Welland Junior Canadians. Duarte trying to get the puck out, but the Canadians bounce it off another B, but it's finally backhanded out by Chambers. Puck shot across the other side to Tanner Bernecki. Duarte tries to find it through the feet of Rosenbaum. Duarte ends up with the puck at the line. Finds a man at the other side, fanning on a shot. And Vendette easily covers up on the fanned opportunity.
Too many opportunities just like that. The Bees have just had them been going by the boards. They're either fanning on them, they're either missing the net, or barely not getting the shot off. But if the puck luck was even just slightly in their favor, this game would be out of control right now.
Mondu battling with his number stake in the corner. Teeple ends up going down with him. Bruska is in the corner battling, and it's pushed out in front by the Canadians. Hrutska. He has Arch with him, bounces it off of a B, and it's Houston finds some players, and Teeple takes a quick shot, and it's blocked away by Constantini. By Vendette. Thrown towards the corner. Houston takes a bit of a shoulder shot to his face, reacts, but referees thought he might have embelched a little, so no call for him. Shot, a weak one from Houston, and there's a Junior Canadian who's down. Whistle goes. A penalty coming up. Looks like to the Kilty Bees, an interference call.
And it looked like it was Anthony Vigilatore who went down. He kind of took a shot a little bit higher than he would have liked, and he ended up going straight down. And it looks like there is a penalty coming up to the Kilty Bees. It was Teeple who's the one who took the shot. So the second power play in a row going to the Welland Canadians. Last one didn't work out too well for them. They got some good chances, but I think the Bees kind of took advantage of their shorthanded opportunity.
Henrik Robel finds a shot through some traffic. Nowitz falls down on the spin move, and he gets bodied by Ferguson. Coming up with the puck are the Canadians. Henrik Robel. He finds Nelson on the other side, who gets bodied by the Kilty Bees, and it's Robel who comes right back from his own end. He's got Cordero staring him down, and Osborne, Zach Osborne, tries to get a play to go, but he turns it over to the Canadians. Matt Bauman. Just under a minute left in this period. 1:14 left in the power play. Kilty Bees ice the puck. And the Canadians are looking to try and get something going. They're having trouble getting that puck to go smoothly for them on those passes. Quick pass from Noiz. Bowman, high shot, no chance on that one. Bauman, a bad pass, and it's Luke Croucher speeding after it, but he couldn't beat Nelson to the puck. And Croucher throws a hit on Robel. Robel finds Alex Page. He dumps it, gloved down by one of the Kilty Bees, who throws it across. Noah Ballard. Lost off the poke check. 5 seconds left. Let's see if the Canadians can do something with this opportunity, and looks like they can, as it's bodied by Station, and that goes the period. 0-0 the score between the Welland Canadians and the Hamilton Kilty Bees. Come join us for the second period. Welcome back to the Dave Andrewchuk Arena, aptly named the Hive, the home of the Hamilton Kilty Bees. We're starting in the second period of a 0-0 score game. The Bees find themselves down a man after a penalty taken by Freddie Teeple at the end of the first period. They only have 11 seconds left to kill on in. Last time they had the penalty kill, they did pretty well, almost getting one of the best opportunities on the ice as they face off to the right of Joey Frantantino. Puck's out in front, shot blocked! What a great play by the defenseman Anthony Vigliatori. Right off the bat, the Bees almost had a shorthanded goal, but Vigliatori decided to get in the way. Puck thrown around by the Bees. Nick Bisser just a little too slow to that puck, as the penalty's now over. Back to 5-on-5.
And man, the Welland Canadians got lucky. This is the second penalty kill in a row that the Bees have almost scored on. And Frantantonio, he fell over in his crease, and spinning around, the Bees had a shot on goal, but it just was blocked.
Tipo, a quick shot off the pad of Frantantonio. Canadians push it out off the attempt, and it's rung around the boards. Turned over. Spun around into the net, into the back of the Kilty B zone by Bauman. Lucas Thompson across the crease, and it's Duarte. He falls over the blue line. I've heard that many a time in the game of hockey, and here comes Alex Page on a partial break. Nice pass, scores! Quinn Cheevers, an empty net, and the Junior Canadians open the scoring 1-0.
And what a rush. Chevers goes right to the net. He has a tap in after a wonderful pass from Bauman. And there's absolutely no chance that Costantini's going to stop that. And Bernecki tried all he could as well, the defenseman. He was about to get a penalty, a slashing call it looked like. And the Welland Junior Canadians are going to start off with a 1-0 lead here early on in the second period. That's got to be deflating for the Bees, but they got to get right back out there. And this next shift will dictate how the first half of the second period will go.
Face-off pushed into the Bees end, and Eric Nelson first to get to the puck. It bounces up, and the Bees are having trouble getting that bouncing puck. Michael Arch goes to get to the puck first, and it's lost by the Bees. Pinelli, but it's TJ Hughes who then proceeds to lose the puck. Michael Arch bounces it off the boards indirectly, and Tanner Bernecki skates into the zone. Bernecki, back pass, shot way up high by Hughes. Might have been deflected by Arch, and it's out of play. Not the best way for Ken Piroff and his team to start this second period. How do you think they can try and rebound from that early goal?
Well, what they need to do is they need to get more offensive zone time. They need to get some good shots on goal, as they've already seen that Welland's been prone to some turnovers, and Frank Antioni is a little bit rusty on that, especially coming into the second period. He's had a couple of misplays with the puck already in this game. You got to test him low and you got to test him often, and that is going to hopefully lead to some success, although they've had some great chances in the first period and weren't able to get it. So maybe Lady Luck will turn.
And I assume they probably have to pray to the hockey gods that the puck has to stop bouncing off of their sticks.
Oh yeah, that puck has got to just settle down for one person on this team to put into the back of the net.
The hockey gods they're interesting creatures in the game of hockey, as they can favor one team, then all of a sudden unfavor that team immediately, and they're going to hope that the hockey gods start smiling down on them.
Well, you see that especially a lot with that. It's the staple of a great play at one end leads to a goal at the other. You might have a chance at one end, almost go in like the Bees had, and then of course, moments later, the Canadians come right down and score on them.
Noah Baller has it poked off his stick by Bisser. Coming out the other way is Aldruck, and he gets pushed down. And that looked like a dangerous collision. The knees got taken out from Luke Croucher, but he seems to be none worse for wear, as Osborne's stick looks to be broken as he drops it and heads to the bench. Colin Ferguson gives a quick pass over to Luke Thompson. Thompson curls, drags, lost it. Duarte has the puck. Station tries to pinch, and a penalty coming up. Ion calls a slashing penalty, and it looks to be the Canadians. Jarrett Olbrook going to the penalty box.
Yeah, he was chasing down Thompson as he was trying to enter the zone. You could see a couple slashes at the hands, and the Bees are going to have their first real chance to score here. And they really need this to go in, because the last thing you want to do, although still early in the second period, is go into a third period down by a goal. So they have lots of time. On a penalty coming up, Simmons called this one. Patrick Simmons calling the hooking call.
And that just immediately negates the power play for the Kilty Bees. Gonna go to 4-on-4 action, and that's got to be deflating after having an opportunity to go ahead to tie the game up.
And it's Teeple going to the box again. Honestly, I think it was more of a stick lift, and the guy just fell over. Not the strongest of penalties. I can see why Simmons called it, but not a great play either way. You know, it's going to draw the ire of Ken Piroff.
16:47 in this second period, as it's the Kilty Bees trying to break out of the zone. Duarte has two men on him, dances around one of them, and it's pushed up back by Zitella. Poked away by the goaltender, and Raposo has one bounce off the skate of the referee, and Zitella has a chance in the slot, and it's blocked away by Constantini. Cordero lost the puck, and it's pushed back by the Canadians, who are really trying to make the play that the Kilty Bees don't want to make, and that's the play up the middle.
Yeah, the Bees have had very sloppy. Another turnover here in their own zone. They can't seem to get any passes off, and they're just turning that puck over blindly.
Marzatella throws an easy one onto Constantini, and it's easily deflected out. Chase Johnson pushes up, and Haruska just misses a hit from Mondu. JT Hughes getting pressured by Sherratt. 2-on-2. Pass up in front and just missing. It was JT Hughes. Stick couldn't get that pass. Bernecki throws it across, and it's dumped back in as Hughes races in to get it, as Bernecki tries to grab it once more. Pinelli down low to Hughes. Tipped out in front, and it's blocked away by Sherratt. An attempted curl drag from Haruska, and Hughes gets bodied by Roble. He's got a man on the other side. Pinelli shot off of Frentantino on a great open side play. Hughes Just missed. It is a breakaway coming up from Johnson. Chase Johnson. One-on-one on Constantini. Oh, what a save! And he looks to the heavens and does a little stick break motion as he's none too pleased with that.
And this 4-on-4 has been really exciting in this last minute. We've had a wonderful backhand pass. Tanner Bernecki feathers that one across, and unfortunately they weren't able to score on it. It was Anthony Pinelli who was left all alone, and a nice save by Frank Tantino, and then a breakaway after it was just missed by Jerome trying to handle the pass. And then of course Costantini with a very timely glove save to keep this game a 1-0 lead for Welland.
Both penalties are over. It's back to 5-on-5. Teeple steps back on the ice along with Page. Baller takes one off the stick of Page with a great defensive play. 4:38 left in this second period, and the play is ramped up a bit as the Canadians look to try and extend their lead to 2-0, but Constantini said no way.
Yeah, Costantini and Frantantino have been very good in this game so far. And once again, those bouncing pucks are going to be the death of the Bees right now. They've been doing a pretty decent job this period. Second period hasn't been the greatest. They've had a lot of turnovers, but when they've been getting their chances, those bouncing pucks just won't settle down.
Mondu finds Baller, and it's just not kept in by Croucher with his skates. Johnson with a great bird's eye view of that offside play. Luke Croucher facing off against Matt Bauman. Johnson drops it and Bauman wins it cleanly to Eric Nelson. Luke Croucher intercepts it with his skates, tries to get around a man and he almost gets hit, but luckily dodges it at the last second. Raposo, indirect pass off the boards. Noah Baller drops it to Croucher with some speed. Croucher lost it for a second, looks to take a shot, thinks otherwise. Tipped in front, Baller right into Frantantino, and he covers up on the most difficult save of this period.
And that looked like just a little nothing shot. Raposo was trying to rush it to the net. He did get it there, and Noah Baller with great position in front. There's no way that Frantantino was able to really see it. It just hit him, and he was able to cover up as Baller would have been all over that rebound if it came out, but no rebound from Frantantino there.
Duarte tries to win the face-off draw, and it's pushed back behind the net. Nick Bisser battling hard with Duarte, and he still has it, and he gets almost wrestled to the ice, but he still manages to keep his footing on the big Nick Bisser. Oh, and that's a bad penalty from Raposo. Takes the man out as the puck wasn't even near him, and he's calling a dive.
Yeah, Derek Raposo, you can see that little hand motion he was given over to Olbrook. He thought it was a dive, but I think all of us up here can see that was a bad penalty. He basically clotheslined him from about the midsection with his stick out, and I don't really see how they're not going to call that a penalty.
That, and you combine it with the fact that some might have said it was a little late or early, depending on how you look at it. It wasn't a well-timed hit. It wasn't a very well-played hit.
And it clearly wasn't a clean hit.
And that gives Welland another opportunity on the power play, as they have yet to score, which is a good omen for the Kilty Bees, but they can't keep giving them the power play opportunities. Teeple going against Nelson. Swung around to Rosenbaum, and he almost turns it over.
That's a little unexpected from Tanner. You don't usually see him line up for a hip check.
Puck bounces out in front, and it's Nick Cordero. 1-on-3 with Eric Nelson facing off against him. A hard low shot that hit Frantantino, and Frantantino easily grabs that puck. And like I mentioned earlier, this has been a problem for the Kilty Bees. Coming to this game, they had already taken 10 penalties in 2 games.
Yeah, you see that a lot, especially in this league, a lot of penalties, but it's the kind of penalties you don't want to take. A penalty like the one Derek Raposo just took, not a very good penalty. One where you're saving a goal or saving a play that could lead to a goal, that's a penalty you can live with.
Alex Page, a little curl and drag, but gets bodied off by Mondu. Bauman's looking pass from Roble, but it's bounced out in front, and Constantini covers up on the deflected shot.
And Mondu was giving Page a couple extra shots afterwards. He's got to be careful. Last Monday, he took a couple of penalties. He went from the box, came out, immediately took a slashing penalty, went right back into the penalty box. So discipline might be lacking early on for Mondu. He's got to make sure that he keeps that temper under control.
Face off to the left of Constantini. Mario Zitella facing up against Luke Croucher. One of the best 200-foot players for the Kilty Bees. And the puck is shot out high, and Sherratt has to chase after behind the net as he's got a player buzzing on him. Pinelli gets Sherratt to turn around and play it across. Zitella gets pressured. What a great play from Pinelli, but Sherratt has the puck. Aaron Sherratt dances around Mondu, but he gets enough body to stop him. Mondu slaps it off the glass, and Roble can't seem to get that puck in time. 20 seconds left in the penalty kill for the Kilty Bees.
And Mondu, he's been a little active with the lips there. You can see him chirping with Arch, and he was just chirping with Zitella as Zitella came by.
Zitella now has the puck on the right side. Pass it across into the feet of the Canadiens player, and it's dumped out as the Bees are going after it. Penalty now over. Joshua Houston, great play to get to the puck first. Make sure that the Canadiens can't get the puck, and it's turned over. Houston now has it, but it's offside on an offside call from Evans.
So the Bees have been able to successfully kill off another penalty, but they've got to make sure they stay out of the box. They're down by a goal. It's almost already 10 minutes into the second period. They haven't had too many great opportunities since the first couple minutes of this period, and they've got to make sure that they stay in the zone, and they got to avoid those bad turnovers like they were doing early on.
The Bees have it in their offensive zone, and it's played around to the dot. Shot low, deflected away by Frantantino, and the Canadiens look to push it out through center. They do, and Chambers gets hit by Bernecki into the linesman. Deflected off Ty Chambers' skates. A weak indirect pass to Chase Johnson, who gets it knocked away by Tanner Bernecki. Alex Jerome across to Lucas Thompson, who leaves it to Duarte. Duarte to Bernecki, jumps in, and a bad back pass to Houston, and another offside play at the Welland Canadiens blue line.
That's about the third or fourth time that these Bees have tried to go into the zone, and they've just been offside. Communication might be a little bit lacking right now, as usually when you're trying to make that play, you don't want to play it backwards on a rush. You want to try and play it forward or perpendicular to yourself, and unfortunately that pass, although Houston was slightly behind, ended up being an offside call.
Puck thrown across to Henrik Roble, who loses the puck to Luke Croucher. He's been everywhere tonight on the ice, offensively and defensively, as Raposo throws a shot helplessly wide. Nelson into the feet of Rosenbaum. Nelson pokes it away. Puck out in front. The Bees have a chance. Croucher can't tap it as it hits a skate in front, and Croucher deflects one wide. Noah Ballard gets it poked off of his stick, but he manages to get in the way of Nowitz. Eric Nelson lost it to Ballard, who chases in after it. Ballard wrap around. Frantantino at the post, and he covers up on another great opportunity from the former Canadian.
And the Canadiens weren't too happy, as that's the second time Noah Ballard's gone in for an extra little dig, but that one I can agree with. The puck might have been loose. Frantantino's done a pretty good job of getting those rebounds, and they got to keep testing him, maybe go a little up high on him, and they got to make sure those shots aren't blocked, as the Welland Canadiens defense has done a very good job of also blocking shots. So that was a very good shift for that B line, but they've got to make sure that they continuously put that kind of pressure on.
Nick Cordero reverses to TJ Hughes. At the line, Bernecki. Station just onside. That looked very close. Evans saw it, and he said it's still in, and Station now has to race back out as he had a man on him. Nick Bisser turns around at the circle, passes it across to Sherratt. Puck dumped up by Quinn Shevers, the goal scorer in this game. Icing call on a Bad indirect pass from Station, and it'll go right back to Constantini. Unlike the first period, the plays were quick, tight little passes throughout the neutral zone. Now the Bees seem to try to spread it out a little more and do those long stretch passes in the second. It's not working.
Yeah, and you can usually see that when a team is getting desperate, although they still have tons of time to score a goal. When you start to get desperate and you start to get frustrated when something hasn't been working, you change it up. Even if the old solution was in part working, obviously not relating to a goal, but they just got to get back to that first period action, and they'll probably be able to score a goal.
Out in front, puck bouncing. Constantini managed to poke it away as the Canadians almost had a great opportunity, but no one can get their sticks on it.
And we're getting another penalty call. Looks like Hamilton's going to go to the box again.
And he's yelling at him.
It's Matt Station, probably for a roughing, it looked like, after the play.
Ion telling him to get in there, to tell him to calm down as he's taking a high stick penalty.
To be honest, I'm not exactly sure where I see that high stick. I saw Matt Station laying on top of a Welland Canadian. I'm not exactly sure where that high stick comes into play. I would have seen roughing, if anything. It was James Rusko was down in the corner.
And another penalty kill upcoming for the Kilty Bees. They got 8:50 left in this period as Duarte blocks a shot from Bisser. Duarte, nice pass to himself from behind the back. He fans on it though. Nelson gets his stick there, and it's Nawiz who gets bodied by Derek Raposo. Two big men in the corner getting brushed off was Ferguson. Great play from Raposo with his skates, killing of as much time as he can, but he's going to have to move it or else a face-off might come. Killing off great time, and Page from behind the net. Out in front, a weak backhand, and it's stopped easily by Constantini.
That was a great little shift by Derek Raposo. He killed about 40 seconds just himself, just sitting there in the corner. He's such a big man, and even the other big players from Welland weren't able to push him off the puck. You saw about 3 or 4 of them come in, and Derek Raposo kept it there. He had a little bit of help from Duarte, but that was just a really good shift defensively for Derek Raposo.
And it shows you why he has the A. He's one of the few returning players from last season where they Ancaster Avalanche, and he's got to really step up considering this team has made 80% of first-time JHLers. So they're going to have a bit of a learning curve, kind of like what they did last year in Ancaster.
Yeah, and last year it was a really nice story. They had a bunch of young guys who had never played for the team before and are just new to the Go JHL in general. And they were able to do really well. They had a really good record, but can't always be the same story, so we have to make sure that for the Bees, they have to make sure that they stay on track and maybe take a lesson from what they did last year.
Quick heads up pass to Rosenbaum. He's got a man alone in front. He can't get it. What a beautiful play, but it's Cordero who wasn't paying attention to Derek Raposo tying the man up, and almost a giveaway from the Bees as Cordero has Lucas Thompson with him. Thompson, backhand one off of a skate of Roble, and Cordero puts it behind the net. 20 seconds left, and almost another completed penalty kill from the Bees. Aaron Sherratt surveys, finds Hendrik Roble. He taps one up. 7 seconds left. Can the Canadians do something with what they have left? And the penalty now over. Back to 5-on-5, and it's a Station. He couldn't see the puck. It was behind him. Had he stayed near the box, he would have had a breakaway.
That's unfortunate. Every player dreams of getting a pass when you're coming out of the box and get a breakaway.
Great stick lift, and Pinelli puts it up. Hughes alone. Shot off the glove of Fran Tantino on a beautiful back check from Cordero. Pinelli throws it down low. Hughes spins around. And what a golden opportunity from Hughes as another alone a chance in front for him.
Yeah, very close. He shot it right off the shoulder of Frantantino, who stayed square to the shot.
Quick little pass, trying to keep the puck in. Teeple manages to keep it along the line. Kilty Bees try to regroup to get another attack going. Puck thrown up, hit by Johnson, who turns it over, but TJ Hughes breaks out with it, 3-on-3. He's got Derek Raposo, the defenseman, jumping up, and he just misses that shot past the blocker. Down to the right of Frantantino, and it's A breakout attempt in the feet of Chambers. Puck picked up by Hughes, and it's a 2-on-1. Hughes, curl drag. Oh, and it may have taken a tip off of one of the play of Mark Duarte, and Duarte's going to get a penalty.
I believe it's actually Teeples. He's the one who ran into Frantantino. I have no idea why in the world he went so close. This is the third penalty of the game for Freddie Teeple. He just went in, he bumped the goaltender. Duarte was there, but I believe Duarte fell over by himself. Maybe got caught up in the legs of the fallen goaltender. But TJ Hughes on that one shift, 3 golden opportunities. 2 of them looked like they missed the net. 1 of them was able to hit the goaltender. But man, oh man, this lady luck and the hockey gods not want the Kilty Bees to score right now.
Puck won by the Junior Canadians. They do a little cycle play with Nowiz. Puck bouncing up in the air. Nowiz tries to get the puck back. Alex Page to Nowiz. Croucher tries to get the stick lift. And Matt Bauman can't get it.
And it looks like a penalty to Welland coming up. I think Bauman's going to get it for holding, I believe.
Interference to Matt Bauman negates the penalty to the Kilty Bees, and it's going to be 4-on-4 action going right back down to Frantantino's end.
And unfortunately for the Bees, fortunately, at least they're going to get the 4-on-4 action for 1 minute and 37. Unfortunately, though, 23 seconds isn't exactly a lot of time to score in the power play, so they got to hope that they can be breaking in by that point or already be in the zone.
Frantantino readies up as Duarte faces off against Jarrett Olbrook. Jared Olbrook and Duarte, 2 number 8s, tie each other up, but the Kilty Bees grab the puck, trying to set up some sort of attack. Fired a shot blocked by Sherratt. Sherratt turns around, he's got him in, breaking out, and Olbrook looked like he wanted to go out, but he saw that Mondu was there. A pass out in front, hit a player in front, and Constantini had to be careful. A turnover on a deke attempt from Duarte, and the Canadians try to pressure them again.
That is just a very ill-advised play. Duarte had enough time to go around the right side, and instead he tried to go straight through the middle. And of course that's a high-risk play, and ended up in a really bad turnover.
Henrik Robel, the defenseman. Easy shot on goal, sticked away. Puck reversed by Mondu. Raposo throws it indirectly on the other side. And it's poked off him, he gets hit from behind, no penalty. It's back out in front, and Ken Piroff up in arms on that hit from
And Mondu is also chirping at the referee. I don't know how in the world a hit from behind like that does not get called. And that's not a oops, I didn't mean to do it. That's a hey, I know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm going to lay off just a tad bit so it looks like an accident. That was a pretty vicious hit from behind, and the only problem is Ken has got to be careful with what he says to the referees, because last week he managed to get a bench minor for screaming at the referee. So I bet you the refs are a little more used to Ken, as last year they got used to his voice. So maybe some of them are a little tired of that.
Wouldn't be the first time we've seen a bench minor come from
Nope, it would not be the first.
But I guess one of the good things about having a vocal coach is players will get the message, and hopefully they'll get the message throughout the rest of this game, as they're having troubles making passes. But Hughes passes up to Pinelli, who falls over the blue line again. Second time this game he's tripped over that blue line.
Man, that blue line has got to get a tripping penalty at some point.
Unfortunately, inanimate objects do not count, and you can't get a penalty for getting one of those. Puck bounces, and Nowiz throws it down low. Penalty about to expire. 23 seconds of power play time granted to the Kilty Bees. Not much time. What can they do is JT Hughes throws one right out in front, and it's blocked. Branecki throws one off of a stick, and Michael Arch was there defensively. 6 seconds left as Luke Croucher is battling with Nick Bisser. Bisser wins it, and another penalty kill successful for the Junior Canadians. So far, specialty teams aren't doing much here tonight, and a breakaway pass. Here he comes, scores! Noah Bowen sticks it to his former team. It's 1-1.
And that was a phenomenal breakout pass. Tanner Branecki has eyes like a hawk, He's in his own zone. That's a 3-line pass all the way up to Ballard, who I bet loves to score against his former team. He gets to say, I stuck it to you guys on that one. But man, a backhand goal, and finally, the first goal of the year for the Kilty Bees at home in the Dave Anderchuk Arena.
And it couldn't come to a player who deserves it more. It's Noah Ballard. And he's the guy who was probably hoping to score the most against the Canadiens tonight, being the former one from last year. And the game's tied with just under 3 minutes left in the second period. Croucher trying to get another attack going. Shot just missed wide by Lucas Thompson as Croucher got tripped up in the corner.
And more importantly, that goal came with 3 minutes left in the second period.
Lucas Thompson skating, gets bumped up as he tries to go through his legs by Nelson, and someone just lost a glove.
It's actually Noah Ballard, the goal scorer, lost his glove.
Kind of hard to play without a glove. A little awkward playing with one glove and then free hand as he gets knocked down. Derek Raposo has it at the line, takes a direct shot wide, trying to get off the stick of Ballard, but he missed it. Noah Ballard on the backhand falls down. Bit of a lucky play for the Canadiens. They didn't get a tripping call. Out in front, shot saved by Frantantino.
And as you can see, the Canadiens may have poked the hive one too many times. These worker bees are going out here. And what a shift from Noah Ballard. He's on his knees. He's making plays. He's keeping the puck in. He's being knocked down. He's still trying to take the shot on goal. He manages to get it to the front of the net. And just unfortunately, Thompson wasn't able to put that in.
And you know, Ballard knows how to put it in the back of the net. 34 goals in his run with the Canadiens. And it's a turnover. Olbrook. Great defensive play, though, from the Kilty Bees, taking away a potential breakaway. Olbrook spins, shot, great save from Constantini through a screen. Visser, shot, easy glove save, and he corrals it to get the whistle.
Well, they've been playing so on that last shift, and I don't know, maybe a brain cramp on that one is just a brutal turnover in the middle of the ice again. That bouncing puck didn't help either.
I'm sure
good thing that the Bees
was
are
going
quick
up on that one as he was the one defenseman who missed the pass. You always hate those.
And it's good that Olbrook isn't a super speedy guy. He's not slow by any means, but also the Bees defensemen are very, very mobile guys.
Aerial pass to Houston, who has a breakaway, and it's too far ahead, but it's offside. A close call for Houston. But that would have been a little pass that was.
That kind of reminded me of that play in the NHL with Anze Kopitar and Dustin Brown. You know, that little loft pass?
That's almost exactly what it reminded me of.
Yeah, pretty much the exact same kind of play. They lifted it in the air, and unfortunately, that one just offside.
Puck thrown around the Kilty Bees end. Raposo misses it, and Ferguson backhands it up. Oh! Crushing hit! Teeple got nailed by Nelson, and it's a penalty.
Wow! That was a freight train hit.
And Teeple goes to give Nelson some words, and Nelson says, "Come at me."
Teeple's got to be careful, though. He's already got 3 penalties tonight. I don't think he needs to see the inside of that box for the rest of the week. He's seen it a lot, and it looks like it's a head contact penalty. It's a game misconduct.
An automatic 10 minutes for head contact. He's still eligible to come back, assuming that nothing else happens.
To be honest, I thought that was a pretty clean hit, maybe a little bit high.
I thought that was clean too.
It was just a freight train hit. Teeple never saw him coming. And Alex Page is going to be the one serving the penalty for him, but holy moly, what a hit that was.
And this is where you have Don Cherry telling kids to keep your heads up. And that was a perfect example why you should never focus on the puck when a guy's coming down on you. Scores! Finally a power play goal! And Page slams the glass. He's not happy.
He was in there for all of 7 seconds. That's all it took. And I believe it's Derek Raposo who just threw the shot on goal. And it ends up going straight in. Actually, it was I believe it was Jerome. Just a shot from the left side point. I think it just, I can't even tell what happened. It looked like Frantantino had to either deflect in front of him or off of him and into the top corner.
And assuming No one touched that puck. It looks like it might be Jerome's first goal of the year and first as a Kilty B. A four-man attack coming from the Bees as Lucas Thompson spins back. Raposo fakes a shot. Takes a indirect pass off of a pass from Derek Raposo. What a great play from the Kilty Bees trying to set one up, and he tries to do it again, but Baller almost had his second at the side of the net.
Man, that was a perfect pass from Raposo. What eyes!
And they look like they're going to try and feed Baller all night long. And a just miss hit from Derek Raposo's arch ducked underneath them. Mario Zitella passes it across. Tipped up by the Junior Canadians. Less than 10 seconds as they seem to just wait for that clock to go down. Instead, they pass it down. 2 seconds, an icing call. Probably would have been better just to wait for the last 1.6.
I don't think Raposo agrees with the icing call. I'm not exactly sure what he's arguing. It was a pretty blatant icing. He throws it right down. But 1.6, all the Bees got to do is win the face-off. They win the face-off, period's over.
And they win the face-off, and that goes to the last just under 2 seconds of that second period. Bees storm back, and they sting the Welland Canadians twice for 2 goals. Come back for a hectic third period. Welcome back to the Dave Andrzejczyk Arena. I'm Eric Hallett. Joining me is Hayden Hallett. Here we are in the third period, a 2-1 score for the Hamilton Kilty Bees. Finally getting on the board here at home, and they managed to do so on the power play nonetheless. And what do you think, Hayden, that they can do in order to keep this lead and continue the attack on to the Junior Canadians?
Well, what they need to do is what they did so well in the last few minutes of the period is get on to the puck quickly. And there was a collision there between Osborne and Baller, and Osborne shaking his hand off. But what they need to do is keep getting on the puck, as they almost did right there.
And that might be, there was a penalty coming up before that play, and there's no signal from the referee, so it looks like just the one penalty. And
Zach Osborne got lucky on that one. That was a blatant trip, and I don't think he's going to get called on it. Just the hooking call. And Albrook doesn't like it, but
Jared Albrook sitting for a hooking call in the Kilty Bees, getting yet another power play opportunity in this game. JT Hughes wins the face-off draw. Mondu takes the deflected shot off of Mario Zitella's stick, and it's going to come right back to the left side of Fred Antonio.
This power play can really help dictate how this period will start off, and if they can get some good pressure, they can really push the Canadians back on their heels.
Tanner Brunecki at the blue line. Pass it down to JT Hughes. Brunecki finds a man at the other side. Hughes on a bullet pass. Shot off of the mask, and it goes high and wide. Fred Antonio, for a second, didn't realize where that puck was and went right down. Canadians trying to pressure as Duarte has the puck, and it's flipped right back down. Tanner Brunecki across to Mondu off of the pad of Fred Antonio. And it's chipped down, and it's a 2-on-1 happening, but JT Hughes with a backpedaling attempt, and Arch takes one right off of Mondu.
Good job by JT Hughes as he basically forced that shot as there was nothing else to go for.
Teeple throws one around, and it's won by Duarte. He gets bodied, so JT Hughes picks up the loose puck, tries to fire one short side. Duarte behind the net. Can't play a little bit of keep away, and it's kept in by Jerome. He's got the only power play goal on the night, and it's a shot easily deflected into the mesh, and it's a face-off coming as Frantantino gets a whistle.
Some good pressure so far from the Kilty Bees. They've done a good job of moving that puck around. They've gotten some shots on goal, which is nice. Maybe load up for those one-timers, as last year the Ancaster Avalanche, when they're at the Morgan Firestone Arena, one thing we noticed with their power plays, they didn't like to use those point shots. For whatever reason it was, those one-timers weren't really a thing. Always a good idea to try to get a shot on goal, especially if you can have a D-man blasted on net. And as we saw, the one point shot that went in, not a one-timer, but just a directed shot on goal.
And it's not like they don't have people who can't shoot. Derek Raposo's a big guy, and he knows how to hammer that puck. They had Dirk Static, while not being as big, he was a little on the smallest at around 5'11". He still knew how to hammer that puck. So it's not like the Bees and Avalanche last year, it's not like they didn't have options. They just never used them.
Yeah, that was one thing that I found puzzling. As you said, they had some defensemen who were good at shooting the puck. Brenecki's a pretty good shooter, but he only ended up with 3 goals in the season last year.
Penalty now over. It's 5-on-5. Jerome, quick pass. It was into the feet of Ballard, but he manages to still have the puck. Dances through the middle, and it's iced, as I'm not quite sure that Guinard knew that the penalty was over.
Yeah, Guinard probably just panicking. He saw the puck there, thought he was still shorthanded, didn't bother to take a look at the box or at the clock, and he ended up shooting that one all the way down the ice for an icing call.
Probably didn't hear Constantini signaling to his team that the penalty was over. Or maybe he was just trying to give one of those out-of-the-box passes. Who knows?
Yeah.
Intercepted at the line, spun by Hughes, and it's blocked by Bisser. Out in front, it's in the crease, and it's whacked wide. What a quick opportunity as Cordero took a spinning shot right in the crease, and he missed. Anthony Pinelli tries to dance around Chambers, but he has to dump it in. Guinard turns over to Ferguson. Ferguson finds a lane through to the net, and it's blocked. Nick Cordero, great poke check on Guinard. He's not having a very good shift right now. Finds Ferguson, who jumps up, and it's stuffed on a bit of a fan shot, and almost another turnover coming. And it is a turnover as Hughes picks it up.
Brent Antonio made a great save on that, and TJ Hughes just got dragged down with no call.
Anthony Pinelli just missed on a bit of a curl drag shot.
Man, these boards are lively tonight. Those pucks are not bouncing cleanly. They're just coming straight out. And there's been a couple of bounces that both the Bees and Welland Canadians have not been able to do anything about.
Looks to be a 3-on-3 attack, 4-on-3 if they get the man going in, but unfortunately Cordero just half a step ahead of JT Hughes.
I don't know if JT Hughes saw him over there. Maybe Cordero was trying to go in. He's trying to go in, and he was trying to be stealthy, and unfortunately, that's about about a half dozen times that they've done that tonight so far. But it's been a good start to this third period so far. They've mostly had momentum on their side, although, of course, they did start off with the early power play, so that always helps. I don't even think Constantini has seen the puck once come to his crease yet.
I don't think he has, and it's been from good defensive play as Duarte wins the faceoff. Mondu gets a pass from the other side at the red line. He decides to dump it in smartly, but it's deflected off of the stick of Houston, and it's blocked out in front. Here he comes, a shot, and it's blocked by Front Antonio. Here he comes again, a weak one from Duarte, and the Canadians just dodging a bullet there.
That moment when the puck is sitting there and no one can shoot it. It's just a hard-thinking feeling for the Bees.
Getting pressured on a back check from Duarte. And Bernecki chips it up. Now he has his stick tied up so the player can get onto it. Kicked up by Bernecki. What an offensive play. Playing a little bit of soccer in his own end. Oh, what a hit and a dangerous one. Luckily for him, he wasn't close enough to the boards to draw a penalty.
That was Freddie Teeple. He absolutely lowered the boom. Nice hit.
He's probably angry after the Eric Nelson hit that he received in the second period.
Yeah, trying to say, hey, I can hit for myself here.
And
there's
Teeple
another hit from
throws
Teeple.
Another hit this time on Rosenbaum. He's trying to get his players going some more.
That one actually hit the roof.
That puck aerialed into the roof. But Teeple with a big physical shift. He's walking the line on some of those hits, but they're hits that you generally want some of your players to get so that it makes the other team regret having him on the ice.
Well, sometimes you have to walk that line. There's that line, that fine line between what is okay and obviously what is not okay. And he's just able to dance that line on that shift. You got to be careful. You can't go out there and do that every time. But every once in a while, you got to see those kind of big hits from certain players, especially from one who hasn't had a terrific game like Teeple.
Zitella gets one to Ruzicka, but it's back to Zitella. Mara Zitella bounces off the stick of Alex Jerome, and it's right into the mesh. We're going to have a face-off to the left of Constantini.
Now, the one worry you might have for the Bees is they've been playing most of the time in the offensive zone, is you don't want to see Costantini get a little rusty after really not having any shots on goal so far, almost 6 minutes into the third period.
Battle from Jerome, and he's going up against Ty Chambers. He ends up winning it, and Croucher has a 2-on-1 potential with Pinelli. Croucher shot just misses. That was oh so close. Pinelli has it, and he throws it out in front as JT Hughes, that was, just misses the far post. He had Pinelli on the other side, but it was taken away on a great defensive play from Horvat.
Yeah, and Horvat was able to take away that pass, and at that point, Front Antonio, all he has to do is just take the shot, and unfortunately it missed for Hughes. But another great opportunity. Speed has been killing the Welland Canadians tonight.
14-12 left in this game as the Canadians get the win on the face-off scrum. Alex Page, and that was a hit from behind. He's getting a penalty.
Not a great play from Cordero.
Cordero lined up Jason Horvat. He wasn't too happy with him, so he's going to sit down for 2 or less. An undisciplined play from Nick Cordero.
Yeah, Nick Cordero, not a very smart play. You could see the numbers, and he's complaining to the ref. And it's a charging call he's actually going to get, not a hit from behind, surprisingly enough. But at that point, you really see the numbers. You got to let up, and obviously the referee's thinking that he took 2 extra steps. So, not a very disciplined hit. That's the second time that a Beef's taken a very questionable hit that they didn't need to.
Face-off won by Ballert, and Aaron Sherratt has the puck on the bad bounce. Down low, Bauman has a Noise skates. Bauman at the circle trying to find someone open. He's got Bisser open, but Croucher gets in the lane. Pass out in front, and it's blocked. Great play from Ballert. Noah Ballert he's probably seen that play happen a few times, so he got in the way, and it's deflected out beautifully by the Kilty Bees. Coming up, it's Sherratt. Pass it across to Nick Bisser. Bisser dumps it down low. Alex Page intercepts it. Throws it down low. Page once again. He's got Nois who falls down low. It's bouncing in front. And Constantini gets a whistle as it slid underneath his pad, and he had to hold on.
That's a good play for Costantini. He's got to be able to keep that right where he needs it to be, and he's able to get a little help from his teammates as that blue paint had a lot of players in it, and the referee lost sight of the puck, so he ended up blowing it down.
It's been a bit of a sloppy power play for the Welland Canadians, don't you think? They haven't been able to get much to the center, and they've been basically sitting around the perimeter as that puck gets flown up by Derek Raposo.
Yeah, not many of the shots. The only good one they had, Noah Baller ended up blocking. So they've been keeping a lot to the outside, and you can say that's mostly in part to the fact that the Bees have only let them go to the outside.
Trying to force it out is Anthony Pinelli, and the Kilty Bees managed to push it down as TJ Hughes forces Roble to throw it around the boards. Intercepted by Matt Station, and it's in on Front Antonio. From behind the net, Henrik Roble. He's got Rosenbaum in the middle, and it bounces off of TJ Hughes, but Roble gets the puck first, as that could have been a dangerous play. Roble getting hound dogged by TJ Hughes, and it's dumped in by the Canadians. Rosenbaum. Mario Zitella has the puck to the defenseman. He gets it right back to Zitella. Slap shot, finds it underneath Ferguson, straight to the goaltender, and it's dumped back out. And there's less than 10 seconds in the penalty kill. Man now just coming out as Mondu intercepts it. Pass back to Tanner Bernecki. He finds Teeple, who runs into Nick Bisser. Bisser dumps it down. Zach Osborne, that is. Lawson, an indirect pass gets intercepted by Michael Arch. Reversed, and Chase Thompson has to chase after his man. It's behind Zach Osborne. He doesn't know where it is. He can't find it, but luckily for him, he's got a man on it, but it's tipped right back down to Constantini's end.
Nothing more frustrating as another player watching as the puck sits in someone's feet, although there's no way for Zach Osborne to see that. And Duarte tried to get the puck, but unfortunately he wasn't able to keep control either.
Zach Osborne dances past Chase Johnson, and he tries to find his way through some more players. Duarte, shot, hit the stick of Fantantonio. Bernecki, pass across, shot back in. Teeple gets hit by Nick Bisser, and it ramps off the boards and into the meshing. So far, the Kilty Bees have done a pretty good job of keeping the Junior Canadians to the outside and not giving them too many scoring opportunities. In fact, I don't think they've had too many grade A opportunities in this period.
I don't even think they've had a shot on goal for this entire period at this point. Oh, no, I apologize. They actually would have had about one or two on that power play, but none of them were terribly difficult for Constantini to make. That last one was through a screen, but by the time it got to him, he had more than enough time to see it.
Houston winds up a shot, and it's blocked by Sherratt. Eric Nelson comes out with it. He's got a man, Jerome, in front of him, so he tries to run through him, but the puck comes loose, and it's a potential 2-on-1. Here comes the pass across, but it's blocked. What a smart play that was from Sherratt. You can hear Raposo telling his goaltender to leave it, so the icing comes in. It does. 10:07 left in the third period.
And all the Bees got to do is keep this game going. It's really more of a shutdown game right now. If you keep hounding the Welland Canadians and you keep them in their own zone, they're never going to get a good opportunity.
Luke Croucher facing off against Matt Bauman. He ties him up, so he gloves it ahead, and Pinelli grabs the puck, but Nelson chops it away. Croucher decides to go into the corner, tries to go out in front, but he sees Sherratt there, decides otherwise, and Sherratt steals it from him. Then he gets it stolen right back, but then he tips it away from the stick of Croucher, who throws it in front, and it's off the stick of Fantantonio, and he ends up deflecting it out.
I don't think that was an intentional little play. Croucher just tried to steal the puck, and he lost it right off him when right on net.
It's one of those plays where you're getting your stick in the way and just keep pushing it forward. Croucher from behind the net. Ballard couldn't pick up the puck, but Station grabs it and dumps it right back into Nelson. Nelson gets bodied by Croucher, and it's iced by the Welland Junior Canadians.
And at this point, this is really all they can do. Matt Bauman is exhausted right now, as you can see. He's huffing and puffing, and they're telling him to come off, and he said he was good for one more, but all that Welland can do right now is just ice the puck. Hamilton has been all over them. They can't do anything with it, and like Bauman was trying to do, he was trying to get something out, but he noticed he didn't have enough energy, and he just had to throw it out of the zone.
And you can see the frustration on them. They're trying to make plays, and Hamilton's just getting so aggressive, getting there so fast and quickly that they're not able to do their plays. But there's a turnover from Rosenbaum, but he gets it poked off his stick. But yeah, there's so much that they're trying to do, and they're not getting it done. Nick Cordero tries to do a little dance around him, and instead Bernecki jumps up. He likes jumping up, but he has to be careful as Rosenbaum picks up. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Having to come back is Cordero, but it's deflected off the stick of Mondu. Henrik Robel throws one in front, and getting it into his equipment was Constantini.
And Constantini hasn't had many shots this period, so he's got to be careful with that kind of shot. Robel throws it on net, but there was a battle in front of him. So it's a little bit more difficult than it really seems to stop one of those, especially if it hits something. But lucky for him, it went straight on goal, and there was no rebound, which is even more important.
And prior to that, Mondu with an active stick got it in the passing lane, forcing him to make an awkward pass that fluttered to the corner, so that deflected another scoring opportunity away from the Welland Junior Canadians. Getting a bit of a bear hug is Zitella, but he ends up pushing it back down low. It goes to the point, just missing the stick of Vigliatori. Having to get outside the Kilty Bees, they do, and it's TJ Hughes. Aerials one, and Jerome can't get there as it might have hit one of the players, James Zaruska. Hughes has it in his feet, corrals it, tries to pass it across, but he was falling down, and it misses his man. Derek Raposo turns the puck over for a moment, but then he gets it back to Teeple. Teeple across, finds Houston, who dumps it further in. He and his mates go for a change as Teeple goes in and hits him, and that's a penalty. Teeple's wondering what the heck was that, but that's his 4th penalty of the night. And that was a bad play yet again from Teeple.
And he ran straight through Nick Bisser. He's out of the game for this one, and I don't expect anything less than that. Nick Bisser has his numbers facing him, and Teeple runs straight through him. I don't exactly know what he's thinking. That's just a horrible penalty, and that's exactly what we're talking about, that line. He clearly went way over that line of what can be considered a penalty or not. That's just a dangerous and honestly a stupid hit.
And it amazes me when players make those kind of hits, turn to the ref and go, what did I do?
Exactly.
I know it's you're trying to sell stuff, but you can't sell your innocence on a play like that.
Yeah, and obviously if the play was reversed, everyone would up in arms either way. It's just kind of the way it works. It's just that little bit of discipline, and that's the 4th penalty of the game. So obviously discipline is quite a bit an issue for this game, at least for Freddie Teeple.
Face-off one as there's a power play going for the junior Canadian, trying to push out in front. Constantini is on his knees in the crease. Shot blocked by Ferguson. Another block from Colin Ferguson. What a play. Eric Nelson has the puck and he banks it off the boards to Matt Bauman. Bauman has Nelson at the point, but he holds up. Passes it down low to Nawiz. Nawiz and Bauman trying to battle hard in the corner against Station. Matt Station doing the Omen's work, keeping it along the boards. He's got Croucher with him, who backs off as it's a 3-on-1 in the corner, and Station is still winning those battles, but now it finally comes out. Nelson shot, great play, and it deflected, and it's a rebound that was just missed by the Canadians. Ferguson has it poked away from a diving Nawiz. Station blasts it, and it just misses the skates of Nelson. 55 seconds left on a great penalty kill from Matt Station.
And that all started because 2 wonderful blocks from Colin Ferguson. But not only that, Eric Nelson had a man wide open, and now it's
JT Hughes has Pinelli on the other side, but he drops it for a second, and he spins, shot blocker save. What a play from Hughes, dipping and diving around to get the shot.
And as I was saying, that last play, Eric Nelson was in the high slot. He had 2 shots. The first one was blocked by Colin Ferguson. The next one, you could see it was Martin Nawiz. He was sitting at the side, and then it wide open. I don't know if Eric Nelson didn't see him or didn't see a passing lane. From up here, I could see a passing lane, and it would have been a tap-in if he had got it. So maybe keeping the head up might have helped him on that play.
Bernecki trying to get something going on the short-handed, and a penalty coming up on a bad hit from, it looks like it might be Cordero.
Yeah, it looks like Cordero and Chavez. This is the second time Chavez has been hit and there's been a penalty.
It's Colin Ferguson. No, it's Zach Osborne.
Oh, Zach Osborne. Well, that's Chavez again who got hit.
Can't see the number. And now a 5-on-3 coming.
And this is dangerous. 2.5 minutes of power play time. 26 seconds for the 5-on-3. So if they can score 2, this could get ugly.
They've only got 20 seconds now to set up for the 5-on-3, but they have an extended power play at the moment. What can they do with it? Canadians go up with Sherratt. He finds Mario Zitella. Zitella throws it down low for Sherratt, who was rushing in. And it's dumped down on the 5-on-3, and a little bit of a slash came. I'm not sure what why Croucher took a little hack at Zitella, but he goes off afterwards.
Probably some words that we can't hear from all the way up here.
5-on-4 now as the first penalty's over. Lucas Thompson throws it down, and it's right back in as it's shot on goal on a shorthanded opportunity from Nick Cordero.
And the Bees were doing so well. They were dominating most of this third period, and then they just started to let up a little bit, and they started to take some penalties, and now they've been getting into penalty trouble, and that's something you don't want to do when you're leading in a game, because it lets the other team get back, especially when it's only a 1-goal lead. All it takes is that one shot to go through, and especially when you're giving them more time and space to play with the puck.
Hughes tries to dance around Roble, but he gets bodied, so he can't get to the puck. Reverse, and Roble has to grab the puck. Spinning around his Bauman as TJ Hughes is forcing them to reconsider their options. The Canadians finally find some space to move, but Cordero gets in the way. Nelson banks it further down. Puck thrown around, but it's intercepted by Roble, who gets bodied by TJ Hughes. Hughes gloves it down, whacks it, and it's right back to the goaltender, Frantantonio.
Man, TJ Hughes is just so good at dipping and diving around. He does a lot of spins, and he's really quick, especially getting that stick in the lane. He's caused a lot of turnovers because of it, and he's caused the Canadians to stall a couple times on this power
Ballard
play.
turns it over. It's a 2-on-2. Ballard for the pass from Croucher. It gets blocked. He's got Roble all over him, and Page comes in to help out. Alex Page lost it for a second, but Bauman comes and takes it away. Bauman, quick pass up, and Page gets the puck. Alex Page gets it poked off of his stick, and with some room is Ballard. Ballard sees Croucher, doesn't do much with it, tries to drag it to himself, and it's turned over as Croucher almost had it, but Page got his stick in the lane. This is some pretty good and aggressive penalty killing, as it's now over for the Kilty Bees.
Yeah, both Ballard and Croucher are two of the faster guys on the team, and when you have that kind of pressure coming at you so quickly, you have to make a quick decision, and the Canadians have been making very poor ones under those circumstances.
Alex Page tries to dance around Bernecki, who easily taps it away. Pinelli gets bumped, and Arch has the puck. He passes it across, and it's poked away by Lucas Thompson, who falls down, and
I think there's
too many men is what I think I'm seeing from the referee. I think the linesman just called it too many men. He's showing
too many men. Too many men penalty, you're right.
So Johnston getting in on the penalty calling tonight, as he notices one too many Canadians on the ice during that rush. And this is a good opportunity for the Kilty Bees to pad their lead at the moment. They've got 3:25 left in the game, and they've got a 2-minute power play as the puck is tipped out by the Welland Junior Canadians. Bernecki, a quick pass up to Pinelli that misses his stick. And Eric Nelson has to gather the puck, who dumps it right back down. Puck pass over to Tanner Bernecki. He finds TJ Hughes, shot blocked away by Frantantonio. Bernecki intercepts a clearing attempt by Guinard. Bernecki is known as an offensive D-man, and he likes joining the rushes. He did there. It's aerialed in front, and unfortunately Duarte couldn't find his stick.
You can see just how creative Tanner Bernecki is whenever he moves with that puck. Sometimes he makes a play that no one's expecting, and he just feathers passes through right onto the stick of people.
Duarte goes around Roble. Puck fanned on, and it's Sherratt who falls down trying to get that puck out. He manages to help his teammate out, and Duarte finds TJ Hughes at the other side. TJ Hughes trying to get it around Roble, and it's stick lifted. What a nice play defensively from Orluck. Jerome circles behind with 35 seconds. He fans on the initial pass, gets it to Ballard. Ballard breaks the line, finds Thompson, shot saved, and it's cleared out by Sherratt. He might have saved a golden opportunity for the Kilty Bees, as Croucher once again buzzing around that dot. Croucher finds what's shot, and it's deflected away. Jerome lost it, almost turned it over, and Ty Chambers can't get it as it's tipped back up by Derek Raposo on a heads-up play. Penalty over as Haruska's back on the ice. Ballard, slap shot, missed it. Might have taken a piece of Sherratt. Deflected, almost a breakaway for Bauman, but Jerome got his stick there and stopped him. Noah Ballard spins back towards the line. Has Bauman take it away?
We're reaching the last minute. We'll see if Keith Osborne pulls this going, and another big hit from Raposo.
What a big hit from Derek Raposo. Is getting chopped down was Mario Zatella. TJ Hughes has Bisser dump it.
Oh, that
was close.
Too many men right in front.
Aaron Schwartz complained that should have been a too many men and a chance at the other end. Here comes Hughes, he gets chopped. Is that going to be a penalty shot? He had a clear break. And it's just a tripping.
Right before he was about to go on the breakaway. If he had taken 2 extra strides, guarantee you that would have been a penalty shot.
And this has put them in some tough waters. The Canadians are down a goal.
And Keith Osborne's got to be careful. You can see him screaming at the referees. He might get an extra, although at this point there's only 39 seconds remaining in the third period. They might be down 6 on, maybe down 5 on 3.
And they're telling the goalie to come out. I saw Keith Osborne go toward, they're getting a bench minor. I believe that it looks like they might be getting a bench minor. I thought I saw a signal from the referee, but Shevers is being escorted off, and there is a man in the box already. So it looks like he is getting a bench minor. I thought I saw him mention. I thought I saw him give the signal towards Frant Antonio to come to the bench.
It looked like Osborne gave that signal, but I'm not 100% sure. Well, it doesn't look like there's 2 penalties. It's just the one.
It looks like Shevers just opening his mouth to a little too much for the referee's liking, and he ended up getting ejected for it.
And you know that the Canadians are going to be really aggressive in these last 30 seconds.
Croucher lost it in his feet, and here comes Matt Bauman. He needs to take a shot, but it's great stick play from the.
And now Frant Antonio
Bees.
goes to the bench.
Frant Antonio at the bench. They're trying to get this game evened up, but they don't have much time. They have 15 seconds now, and a great hip check coming up.
It's a penalty coming up. Penalty. That was a slew foot. An 11-second power play.
It almost looked like a great hip check at first, but on second glance, a bit low and a bit of a shot from Mondu. He got to be careful. There's 11 seconds, and if he takes another penalty, they could be down a man. And this is a time where Keith Osborne and his players need to draw up something quick, something lightning fast in order to beat Constantini, who has not been tested much in this third period.
And it looks like Welland is calling a timeout right now.
And unfortunately for them, they don't have offensive zone. So they have to try and draw up an entry plan and then a scoring plan.
Yeah, and really the only thing they can hope for is a quick entry and then a quick shot on goal. Maybe just shoot it on net, go for a rebound. It's the only thing that I can think of that'll work in about 11 seconds. It's not like you have the time to get in, set up, and then try to make something happen. You have to make it happen as quickly as possible.
They're going to have to hope they have someone on the ice currently that can make a play out of nothing and score that goal that they're so desperately looking for right now.
Actually, it looks like the faceoff is coming back in the zone. I thought I saw them lighting up outside for a second.
That's what it appeared at first, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like...
So now it's a little bit easier. Now as long as you win the faceoff, you can get a chance, but if you lose this faceoff, the game's basically over.
Duarte goes to take the penalty for Mondu, and it's chipped out with 6 seconds left as Hughes races after it. All he has to do is keep it down. He does, and the Kilty Bees will win their first home game of the season.
And this is a great win for the Bees. They really played like those worker bees you see going around working in the hive, doing really good work. They got into a little bit of trouble, getting a little bit of penalty trouble in the third period, but other than that, a very solid game all around.
And one might say a bit of a controversial one, considering that too many men got missed right in front of their bench.
Yeah.
I'm Eric Hallett. Joining me was Hayden Hallett. Thank you for watching the Hamilton Kilty Bees at the Dave Andrzejczyk Arena. The next game for the Hamilton Kilty Bees will be Thursday, September 20th. They will be visiting Thorold. The next home game will be here Monday, September 24th against St. Catharines.